Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. This is the Papa Joe Show, where Papa Joe knows. I am your host, Papa Joe. Thank you all for being here. It means a lot to me. I'm glad you are here for sure. Do me a favor if you wouldn't mind. First things first, smash those likes if you like the content on the channel here, and if you wouldn't mind as well, sharing this out while we're live on your socials, and maybe we'll get some other people in here while we're live. It's always fun to have a conversation with you all in the chat here because I have that running live. If you are watching on other platforms besides YouTube, do me a favor, smash the like or comment on the video. If you like, if you wouldn't mind jumping into the chat on YouTube, that is kind of my, we'll call it main base, if you will, for streaming the content. And that is where a lot of the fun happens. So, with that, I would love to also invite you all to join my Patreon. It is $5 a month. I have to have a paywall so I can put the stupid videos up, and that way they don't get pulled down. Well, they could still get pulled down, but it's a lot. I mean, it's easier to bounce that back. I'll put it that way. Basically, that is a sacrificial channel underneath it, the plumbing underneath it. If the channel goes down, all I got to do is stand up another one and let it run, and you guys can and gals can still have that access to that content is there. That is for me to be able to have a unfiltered time of conversation with you all, discussing different things that are taking place, like yesterday's conversation we had. That is a topic and of years of information that I've dug through. That was a lot of fun to actually talk about, and I can go on for hours with that conversation. As I have talked to many of you, at least those of you in the live chat here, on a one-on-one basis, talk to my wife about it all the time. Friends and family talk about it all the time. So, but it's definitely, I feel, it's that content alone is definitely worth that kind of stuff. So, but anyways, I digress. If you want to help the channel out, this channel out, help me get the channel growing, get people out there and subscribe to the channel. So, anyways, so for today, let's go ahead and pop in here. If you're watching live on YouTube, at least pop in and say hey. I love doing this part of the day. Good morning, Tom. How are you, my friend? I appreciate you being here. Gloria, what's up? How are you? Good morning. Good to see you. Daddy-O, how's it going, brother? It's good to see you, my friend. It's good to see you. Let's see who else we got here. Kim, how are you? Good morning. What's going on? You got Eva, how are you? Good to see you. Sonia, thanks for being here. Good morning. How are you doing today? It is a wonderful day here in the southeast. It's kind of starting to warm up. We got some storms rolling through, and since we're going camping, I've been running around like a madman trying to get the stupid camper packed. My wife as well, and the kids and stuff. Before the rain gets here. So whenever we do that kind of stuff, we have a lot of fun getting it ready, and trying to rush before it's time to go is always like, oh, wait a minute. Anyways, fun times for sure. Just as a side note here for the programming notes, if you will, next week I will be on vacation. We will be out vacationing, camping. That being said, I should have some favorites for you guys all to watch through. That'll stream. Hopefully, I think I can get it triggered at the same time as the show here. And then I may do some on YouTube only, quick little live streams here and there, depending on what's going on and what we're doing. So, and yeah, fun times ahead. We're really looking forward to that break. We haven't really had a break like this in a while, so definitely looking forward to it. So let's see here. What are we? Oh yeah, today I wanted to talk about Evergrande and a few other things, but Evergrande, because we're starting to see some serious stuff happen with them. And like I've been saying, I have said before in the show, you really want to keep an eye on this group because they own property everywhere in the world. They own property everywhere. And by them doing that and then having the financial problems they're having, it's basically going to be a linchpin. Every time I turn around, I feel like something else is going on. Like, right, we have Evergrande, we have the crap in Ukraine, We have the stuff that came out about the Durham report and things like that. We talked about that yesterday on my Patreon. I'm not going to go into detail here. It'll get me in trouble. In trouble meaning my videos will get marked for being in trouble because they can just change the rules on a whim. It's just the way it works. Always love my coffee, man. Always love that coffee. Anyways, so if you don't pay attention to these things, I feel like there's a bunch of grenades that are in the hands of some really crazy people that are both drunk and high at the same time, and they're playing around and being stupid. And the linchpins have been pulled, and they're about to start playing hot potato. That's what it feels like. It really is what it feels like. I have no idea. I don't know. It's like when you back your enemy in a corner. Whenever there's a monster or whatever, you see this in the stupid shows or the video games or whatever. You back it in the corner, it fights the hardest. Gets really, really nasty, really, really fast. Good always wins. Light always triumphs over darkness. There isn't a. If you got a dark room, if you had a camera in the room, shine a light. That light will be visible. Period. Even if it's a candle, it will be visible. Just understand, light always wins. The darkness will always fail. 100% of the time. That is the way that our good Lord created it. So, yeah. Yes, Bitcoin Bulls, thank you, my friend. Stay safe in the coming storm, Papa Joe and fam. Enjoy your camping trip and maybe your beach trip in the field. I still need to talk to you about that. Oh, by the way, I need to also, Bitcoin Bull, I'll ping you after the show. I need to talk to you about some things. So anyways, let's get into this here. Shall we? Evergrande crisis. Auditor resignations trigger alarm bells amid hidden debt at Chinese property developers. So we knew about all the debt that they had, but now there's hidden debt? Like, really? PwC resigned from Hobson. Just so you know, people, I'm going to butcher the names and all that fun stuff in this particular article because it's, well, I'm an American Southern raised man, and we do things simply. It's just the way it is. Anyhow, after asking to explain about its auditing on China Evergrande, while Deloitte departed from China Oyin, Chinese companies are due to report their December year-end results in April, and changes may cause delays. Bitcoin Bull or Daddy-O, excuse me, very much so. Evergrande is like Lehman and Bear on steroids. That's why I'm following it. That's why I talk about it from time to time in the show. That's why I'm following inflation so closely. That's why I'm following crypto so closely, and why I follow the market so closely. These are all tied together. In our country's past, in the history past of financial issues and problems that we have had, we have never had this many moving cogs that are all desperately needing oil, and there is no more oil. They're going to grind to a halt, and everything's going to stop because it's all touching together like a very, very interesting clock. Bitcoin Management Gym, better late than never, my friend. Better late than never. That's why I say, if you guys wouldn't mind grabbing the link to the video and sharing it on your socials and see how many other people get in here watching live, it's a lot of fun. Let me tell you. All right, so spat of auditor resignations in Chinese property companies is reigniting concerns about financial transparency in an industry facing credit squeeze as more than $60 billion US of bond redemptions this year. So it makes you kind of wonder, why are the auditors leaving? Are they leaving because they found stuff that they're like, I am not falling on that sword. See ya. And they're leaving. I wouldn't at all. PwC quit its role at Hobson Development, which is another, it's like Evergrande, but it's I don't know if they're subsidiary or what, but they're similar. On January 27th, citing inadequate access to necessary information while Deloitte stepped down from China. Aon? Hmm. A day earlier, exchange filings showed. So that's two auditors, Deloitte and PwC. What is up? Clint Westwood is in the house. There we go. What's up, brother? How are you doing? Good to see you, man. Thanks for being here, man. All right, so it's very interesting to see these two companies saying, okay, we can't, they're not showing us, they're not being transparent. What the heck is going on? All right. Now, Shimano's group mainland unit will change its auditor. Very interesting right there. I mean, you got to think about how this stuff people are leaving. They're saying we can't either. I think they found something that they don't want to. They're not following on the sword. They're not going to be the ones to do it. That's what I think. That's what I think. Changing auditors just ahead of the year-end results without clear explanation could imply deficiency in internal controls, which is no kidding, right? People, this is a mess. And like Daddy-O said a second ago, this is very much so. Like Lehman and Bear on steroids. It's very, very interesting. This is interesting as well. Evergrande crisis. CEO Xing Haijun sold all of his dollar bonds before developers' 2021 default on offshore debt, records show. So before they defaulted, the dude sold all of the U.S. related bonds, dumping them on the market. Isn't that interesting? Vice Chairman and CEO Z, whatever I need to say his name, sold $120 million at face value in $3 bonds in July and August last year. Filings on Wednesday show Evergrande, which defaulted in December after failing to service the interest on $2 bonds, has plunged to offer a debt without plan in 6 months. So the dude legitimately sold off all of his stuff. How does that sound like? It is going to be very, very, very interesting. Let's see. Leaving like Ukraine prosecutor left by quid pro quo that Flashbang recommended leaving. Kind of, yeah. I wonder if that's something there too. Yeah. Like, it's people. We are in for a very big mess. There's a lot of things taking place, a lot of wheels turning, and they're all connected. It's like I said, they pull the linchpins out of the grenades, and they're playing hot potato now. And they're all going to go off at the same time. Okay. The trick is to not be holding it when that happens. And there's not going to be one that doesn't hold because they've all had one. They've all pulled the linchpin and they've all started tossing it back and forth like they're juggling with each other across the room. This is going to get very, very, very messy, very, very, very quick. Okay. The vice chair and chief executive of the Shenzhen-based developer sold US $50 million in face value of notes due in 2022, US $50 million of notes due 2023, and US $28 million of notes due in 2025, according to his new filings late on Wednesday. Very interesting. That happened at the end. That happened in August or July and August, and they're just now starting to tell everyone about it. Very, very interesting. Enjoy the show, people. Enjoy the show. All this is happening at the same time. Wholesale prices rise 1% in January, up nearly a record 9.7% over the past year. The U.S. producer, which is basically the producer price index, the PPI, is the wholesale inflation, whatever to watch, which measures wholesale prices rose 1% in January and 9.7% for the month for the 12-month period. The latter just off the record high. Core PPI rose 0.9%. Both increases were at least double the Wall Street estimates. So the Fed will price this type of stuff in, and when it gets significantly above that, that's huge, right? Manufacturing in the New York region increased modestly in February, but was below expectations. The prices received index soared on record high. Prices at wholesale level jumped twice. Shouldn't do that. That should not happen. The expected level in January as inflation pressures are unabated, to start the year, the Labor Department said Thursday. Guys and gals, that looks more normal. That is not normal. That's not okay. Just so we are clear, all of this is happening while they printed all that money. I keep telling you all, they printed 80% of the money in 2 years' time. Then we're starting to see the effects of it. This is what happens. So you got Evergrande. You've got even the wholesale pricing rising. Okay. We're going to have some serious problems here. Hang on 2 seconds. I pushed the wrong. I did not organize these appropriately. Let's put this here, and there we go. All right, sorry. Let's go back to my nice thing here. Justice will be served, Tom. That is an understatement. I actually think it already has. Hey, look at the top here. The Dow falls nearly 100 points as investors assess geopolitical risk. What geopolitical? Oh, yeah. The so-called imminent invasion of Ukraine by Russia. And yet Russia started drawing down its troops on the border. Yesterday, by the way, they started drawing. It really, really, really sounds like the current administration is trying to start something that's not there. Like the bully in the schoolyard poking at everyone, trying to start everyone to fight. But the thing is everyone's looking at him going, you're an idiot. Makes you kind of wonder. Let's go over here. Real fast. Trading view. Let's look at this, huh? What you say? That's silver. Silver looks like it's ticking up a little bit, which is not bad. By the way, when silver breaks out, the jig is up. The jig is up. So you got Bitcoin is down almost 1,000. That's interesting. You got Dow Jones down just under 300 points. You got NASDAQ down just, heading towards 200 points. You got the S&P 500 down, heading towards 25 points. People are calling this because of geopolitical risk. Really? Daddy-o? Or is there only distraction left at this point? I also think it's also to get rid of the ties from flashbang in Ukraine. That's just my opinion as well there too. I think that's a double win for them. Killed two birds with one stone, no pun intended. Yeah. The thing is, though, is they don't really have the backing of the military the way that they think they do. And little princess who's in charge of the military, we'll call him the little princess, right? He has no idea what's going on. He has no control over the military. He has nothing's happening there. They're fabricating all this stuff, and they're for sure things are going to happen. How are they for sure things are going to happen? And how are they, Monday, Tuesday, where they're literally stating the day when this is going to pop off? You don't know the day when it's going to pop off unless you're planning it to happen. Just saying. Anyhow, you got Evergrande, you got the wholesale prices, and the whole war stuff is to distract from this crap. Also, like I've said before, historically speaking, the only way that they can absorb the amount of money that they have printed is to produce a war somehow, some way. That is how they do that. That is what they do. By raising interest rates, the Federal Reserve, that's not going to do anything. except cause the economy to crash because it's going to start pulling money out of the circulation, which is not going to be anywhere near enough. But if they raise the rates so high, the rest of the world economy will collapse because there are other nations that are indebted to us. And they won't be able to meet that type of payment, blah, 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 blah. That's just kind of how it works. Think about it. So let's look over here. Red hot inflation as CEOs crowing and customers crying, sort of. Yeah. Another day, another inflation data point, not another dollar, that demonstrates an underlying strength of both the demonstrates the underlying strength of both the economy and the corporate America. Really? Okay. The more logical timeline. There's no logic in your former statement. Anyways, news and wholesale prices hit an annualized rate of 10%. So it's almost 10%, right? In January. So the general environment of inexorable price, inexorable and whatever. Price pressures would have knocked Wall Street lower, yet for reasons morning briefs recently articulated, Russia-Ukraine news has become a near-term fulcrum driving market sentiment. You mean the media is controlling the narrative so that they can control the money and control the thoughts behind it, what's going on? Yeah, that's about right. People, right here. Listen. Listen to this. For that reason, okay. So the sentiment, right? See that the market sentiment. I told you this a second ago. For that reason, Moscow's partial withdrawal of troops put investors in a good mood. Temporarily counterbalancing inflation data that has the Federal Reserve on high alert, even though the balance of risk remains skewed towards an armed conflict. If there was going to be an armed conflict, Moscow would continue to build troops on that border. Don't you think? I think so. Pay attention. Do not let the wool be pulled over your eyes by these stupid media outlets. I use the mainstream sources on my show because I love pointing out the stupidity, and I also like seeing that when they actually tell the truth about something, that they're doing so. If they're pulling troops out, then there's not gonna be a conflict. Just saying. Oh, and I just wanted to point out, I hope you guys, you know who Kramer is? Y'all know who Kramer is. Kramer's message to investors and Fed: inflation may have just peaked. I would love to know how this moron has a show, because everything he says, if you just do the opposite, it's what's going to happen. Okay? It hasn't peaked. There isn't a way for it to peak. They have printed 80% of the current monetary supply. What was this, Bitcoin Bull? Gonna replay this at regular speed tonight, Papa Joe. So much better with more than 6 words between data lags. Oh, sorry, man. Oh, brother. Anyways, we're in a market where everything is Fed and Putin, Kramer said, which is true, suggesting investors might rest a little easier if inflation is truly peaking and Russia is really de-escalating the Ukraine crisis. Russia is de-escalating because they're not doing anything. They never escalated. They're just doing a daggum exercise, and our military and not our military, our current administration flashbang. He's there 1 second, gone the next. Not mentally with it. Anyhow, Kramer said that the Fed should not only end its bond buying, but should actually sell its assets on its balance sheet. Wow. Does he know how much they have on their balance sheet? I don't think so. I don't think anyone does. I couldn't find any data on that. Not real data. Don't listen to this guy. Kramer, you're an idiot, brother. You're an idiot. Actually, I don't know if you are. I think you actually push this stuff just to push this stuff because you love taking a bat to a mug. I don't know. The Fed has been winding down its massive Hunger Disease era bond buying program put in place nearly 2 years ago to support the pandemic stricken economy. Hmm. Hmm. Guys and gals, no, don't listen to this moron. Actually, if you do listen to him, think about doing the opposite of what he says. Just, not financial advice or anything, but the opposite of whatever he talks about is what actually tends to happen. Anyways. Oh, yes, of course. Good old CNN. Exclusive Russian-Ukraine conflict could cause inflation to hit 10%. New analyst finds. I think we're not far from that, people. You see what they're trying to do? They're trying. I don't see how this has any influence in anything U.S. based. I really don't. The thing is people are waking up. People are aware of their stupid shenanigans, and they're waking up. The cost of living is already very high in America. The Russian-Ukraine crisis could make it even worse. Oil prices have jumped well above $90 a barrel in recent weeks as the risk of Russian invasion has increased. They're not invading here, people. They're invading their neighbor country, their own space of the world. Oh, jeez. This is... Oh, yeah, even that's a really good point. Looks like Flashbang is setting up this whole show to take credit for the drawdown. Silly child. Freaking morons. They are so... Oh. Anyways, fun times ahead of us, aren't there? Well, guess what? U.S. Congressman Warren Davison introduces the Keep Your Coins Act, or KYC Act. If passed, the KYC bill will protect the ability to act as self-custodian and conduct peer-to-peer transactions. Why would he have to do... Oh, yeah. Wasn't there a call to try to make it so that you had to have a third-party custodian your cryptos at all times? You could not actually go and custodian yourself. I really hope this actually passes. The problem is, people, is that they don't know how blockchain and crypto work. And the fact that they're talking about doing this stuff is beautifully funny to me. The reason I say it like that is because there are ways to store your crypto on your own that you don't need anyone or anything, and they won't know a thing about it, and there's no way for them to know. Hilarious, if you ask me. So I think it's interesting because it comes on the heels of this. The Freedom Convoy. Trudeau plans to target truckers' cryptocurrency using new emergency powers. Basically, they're going to sanction the cryptocurrency that the truckers may or may not have. I say good luck, buddy. You and one army. Not only you and one army, you and what hackers, you and what tech hackers, you and what white hackers, you and what whatever. If you're the black hacker, good luck. Good luck. You cannot touch it. You know why? You want to know why, brother? You want to know why? Trudeau, you can't touch something that is everywhere and yet nowhere. You can't sanction and steal this stuff. If it's in a third-party custodian, you can tell them to freeze their assets, but they don't have to listen to you. And they won't. And if it's in a private wallet, how do you know it's there? You don't. Let's just say that the people actually do telling themselves of what they have, and they write their little wallet in there, and you get to see what's in there. That's all you can do. You can only see what's in there. You can't take it. You can't stop it. You can't freeze it. You can't block it. Doesn't work that way, buddy. Oh, and if someone steals it into another wallet that falls into the water off of the boat that maybe they're on, or gets crushed by the wheel of the truck, or it's disappeared. You can't touch it, dude. Good luck. This is the power of crypto, people, to the point to where they had to do an emergency action and include cryptocurrency in there to try. But they will hit that brick wall, and they will hit that brick wall again. What's the definition of insanity? Trying to do the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Good luck, buddy. Last little bit I want to talk about here is an adoption piece. And on a good note, Red Bull lands a $150 million cryptocurrency sponsorship deal. The Red Bull Racing Formula One team has signed a sponsorship deal worth $150 million over 3 years with a Singapore-based cryptocurrency platform, Bybit. Bybit. Interesting. Although the headline figure is not beneficially confirmed, the arrangement is understood as the largest per annum cryptocurrency sponsorship signed thus far in an international sport. People are not playing around anymore. Don't forget Divi and the La Liga. Don't forget that one. Anyways, people, I am being pinged because I am late for a meeting, and well, yeah, I need to run. I should have a 4:30 Patreon show today. Haven't decided what I'm going to talk about yet, but if you're interested in hearing an unfiltered time with Papa Joe, join it. It's $5 a month. If you don't like it, no hard feelings. I understand. But I would love to have you there because I talk about things I feel like I can't talk about out here. And that is the information I feel like people really need to hear. Anyways, you all have a wonderful and blessed day, and I will see you at 4:30. Bye-bye.